Hey guys, welcome back to the Tintai channel, and in this episode I'm going to talk about getting double vaccinated. Yes, so I got double vaccinated, which means I've been vaccinated a total of 4 times. Now, before you guys get mad at me, let me explain. Okay, the first 2 doses that I got were Sinovac here in the Philippines, provided by the LGU where I live in. And a lot of people will
say, oh, how did you cut in line? Did you have a comorbidity? How did you get it?
Actually, it turns out that I do have a comorbidity, which is I was diagnosed with allergic rhinitis. I didn't know that was part of the list of comorbidities that were allowed. So when I checked on the LGU, I actually saw it. So it turns out that I was eligible. So what I did was I registered, and then I showed up at the vaccination center and I got my Sinovac. So I got a total of 2 doses, which means I am now fully vaccinated with Sinovac. And then the second set of vaccines that I got were Pfizer. Before you guys get mad again and say,
oh, why did you take Pfizer when other people haven't been vaccinated at all, and you have the audacity to just go back and get more doses?
No, I got the Pfizer in the US. Okay, I didn't get it here in the Philippines. So we went to the US, my wife and my kids, not really to get vaccinated, just to travel and, get a vacation, have some sense of normalcy. In fact, you can watch the videos. The link, I'll put it somewhere here. You can watch the videos. Now in the US, it was very easy to get the vaccine. They have a lot actually, because a lot of people in the US still don't want to get vaccinated. So they're really just giving it away for free, and they're encouraging a lot of people to get it. So all we did was we searched on Facebook for vaccine centers near us. There's a lot of places like CVS, Walgreens, and all these other places where you can just get it. You can even walk in if you don't want to set an appointment. And the whole process was so easy. We set an appointment for the next day at a CVS near us, and you can actually see the brands that are available. So they had Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. It's so different there because even when you arrive at the airport, there's already a booth there for people who want to get vaccinated. No questions asked. It doesn't matter if you're an American citizen, if you're an immigrant or a tourist. They don't care. They just want you to get vaccinated. A lot of you guys are wondering, why did I get 2 or 4 vaccines, 4 shots? I'm not giving any medical advice here because I am not a medical expert. I'm not a doctor or nurse. I don't have any expertise in the medical field. But what happened was our second dose of Sinovac we got in May 13th, and then we got our first dose of Pfizer in June, sometime around June, like June 17, 18, I would say. And then the second dose of the Pfizer was sometime in July. There's no studies, I think, that are out there that would suggest that you can take a second type of vaccine within a month or so, but this is what we did. We asked about 4 doctors their opinion. 2 doctors told us that after your second dose of Sinovac, you should wait at least 6 months to get your next vaccine. And then another doctor told us, oh, it's okay, you can do it after 2 months. And then another doctor did exactly what we did, and he got it. He got the Sinovac, 2 doses of Sinovac, and then a month later, after his last dose of Sinovac, he got the Pfizer. We figured we are willing to take the risk. So me and my wife, we got the Pfizer, even though it was just a little bit over a month after our last Sinovac. And we didn't really feel any, I did in the first dose of Pfizer. I kind of felt a bit of the side effect. I felt feverish and I had some chills, although I didn't really get a fever. So all I did was I took some medicine, I think paracetamol or something, and just slept. And then the next day I felt fine. But the site where I got vaccinated, it kind of felt bruised a bit for a few days. And then my second dose of Pfizer, I didn't feel anything at all. Now my wife, on the other hand, it was different for her. On her first Pfizer dose, she didn't feel anything, but on her second dose, that's when she felt a bit feverish as well, like me. But it was just a matter of like 1 day, and it was gone. Now the reason that we got a second dose, second brand, is we were just thinking we want to be extra protected. And one of the doctors that we spoke to said, well, Sinovac is a viral vector type of vaccine. So he advised us not to take J&J or any other viral vector vaccines. So instead, we should take mRNA vaccines, which is basically Pfizer and Moderna. And that's why we decided on getting Pfizer. And also another factor is the time between the first and the second dose for Pfizer was only 3 weeks, wherein Moderna was about 4 weeks. And we weren't gonna stay in the States for that long. So we figured we get Pfizer, so at least in 3 weeks, we get fully vaccinated. So far, so good. I feel fine. My wife feels fine. So really, there's the risk of not getting vaccinated, I think, is more dangerous, because if you get COVID now, especially the Delta variant, you don't know. You don't know if you're going to survive it or not. So I think the best analogy that I can think of is vaccines are kind of like seatbelts. So when you wear a seatbelt when you drive, it's a protection for you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get into an accident, because you can still get into an accident if you're not driving carefully, or if somebody else is a reckless driver and hits you. But if you're wearing a seatbelt, at least you're not going to go through the window and die immediately. You still have some protection. And nowadays, if you're online, you hear more and more stories about people who are vaccinated still getting COVID. However, here's what we don't hear about. How many more people are there that are fully vaccinated that don't get COVID? That number is way, way more than the people who are fully vaccinated and still get COVID. And even with the ones that are hospitalized, if you look at the numbers, just research it online, the bulk of those people are the unvaccinated. And then there's a smaller percentage of people who are just partially vaccinated, and the lowest percentage are the fully vaccinated. So you gotta look at the overall picture. Just because somebody says, oh, my friend, or I was fully vaccinated and I still got COVID, yeah, but that's like 0.02% of the whole population of vaccinated people. So just take a look at that, and it makes a lot more sense to just get fully vaccinated. That's the bottom line. I mean, just get vaccinated. Wear a seatbelt when you drive, but that doesn't mean that you can drive recklessly. Still practice the social distancing and wearing of a mask. Well, that's it. I hope that helps. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.